I'ma hustle till I die in these streets. On God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat. On God. RBG gon' ride. On God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I don't play baseball, so I can't let it slide. If you on the wrong side, you might catch it in your side. Make you feel like Adam when your whole rib gone. In case you didn't know, it's right over on the throne. Planet of the ace when I go, don't get calm. If I have to, I hit you with the barrel. Like a senseless little Daryl. My bunch ain't Brady, no Carol. Fresh than the Sun Mincy apparel. Giving them the blues in my SM shoes. When you buy black, you can never ever lose. Make sure the hood straight, that's the #1 rule. I'ma hustle till I die in these streets. On God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat. On God. RBG gon' ride. On God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. G.O.D. when they hit the elevating. They must be devils cause these clowns hella hating. Dusty gon' hit him with the broom. Hating on our greatness, you looking like coons. I show naked, I call it a baboon. Make sure we all straight, that's what I'm gon' do. You buy from me and I'm gon' buy from you. You call that racist, but every race do. You just a hypocrite, we not your fools. Give them the truth and this what they do. I'm gon' keep shining forever, I cool. They just keep lying, I'm lying in truth. I'ma hustle till I die in these streets. On God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat. On God. RBG gon' ride. On God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. Hustle till I die in the streets. Oh God. I'ma make sure the whole hood. Oh God. RBG gon' ride. Oh God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a. By the way, I ain't tell you by the way, I ain't tell you
What it do? What it do? It's your brother iTunes Ra. We are A1.com. Hey man, we excited for y'all. Just like we told y'all, we gonna keep bringing y'all new ideas. New people. Some old faces, you know what I'm saying, always around. But welcome to our very first A1 Spotlight Action, where we take the time to highlight those within the community that are doing great things and doing awesome things. And of course, what better way to start off this segment than to have the homie, the sun god, Jay No, in the building, man. What's up, G?
What's up with you, man?
What you do, man?
It's good to be here. It's definitely good to be here. It's an honor, man.
Hey man, we glad you got you back in the H, man. Every time I talk to you, man, I'm in Iowa. I'm God. What you doing up there, man? But man, we glad to have you back, bro. How you doing,
Most
man?
Definitely, man. Should it feel good to be back?
Miss this warm weather.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, it ain't too bad when it's cold out there, but when that wind blow,
yeah.
It's a whole different beast, man. It's -7-degree weather, wind start blowing. I'm in like a crackhead trying to pump gas, But yeah, it's most definitely. I mean, the most best part about it was just meeting new people, and just meeting just different personalities and stuff like that, and kind of seeing the commonalities at the same time and stuff that's going on with the community. So that's really what I was doing out there, traveling. So.
Most definitely, man. Well, we had to come in on that sun god, man. We say, on that on God, man. We stay bumping that, man. What's going on with the music game, man? I know you got some heaters, man.
Most definitely. What's crazy is a couple days back I just re-released it. I actually released it for the first time on Instagram, and it's just been people just been loving it. Getting a lot of great feedback from it.
It's that time.
So the album that it's going to is called I Am Raoba, which basically that whole album is entailing about me and my spiritual journey. So
definitely.
from my transition into the point where I'm at now, you know what I mean, and my understanding. So it's a lot of personal things, personal stories and stuff that's going on with the album and stuff like that.
Okay.
One of the cuts is called My Mother's Story. So in My Mother's Story, basically 2 out of 3 women have went through some type of molestation.
Wow.
And so on for another, especially with our black women and stuff like that. So as I'm telling my mother's story, I know there's a lot of women that's gonna be able to go understand, you know what I'm saying? If not, if they ain't been through it, they know somebody that's been through it, you know.
No, most definitely.
So then on the flip side, I got a song called My Father's Story. And my
Right.
father's story, basically how he felt coming up without a father. You know what I mean? And so, and I came up with both parents, my mom and my dad. You know what I mean? And so the
Shout
thing
out
is-
Pops.
already, shout out Pops. You know, thank you for being there.
For sure. For
You
sure.
know, but the thing that killed me with a lot of my homies that didn't come with their old man, it was like, man, you lucky. I hear it
Right.
a lot.
Right.
So then I start thinking to myself, society done got so messed up.
Most
When did
definitely.
this become a privilege and not a
Facts.
right?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Especially in the black community and stuff like that. So
Facts. No, most def, because I kind of hear some of the same things. Being, you know, what I'm saying, fortunate to grow up with both of my parents, and like you said, with an active father. You know, so many within our community are just, you know, what I'm saying, devoid of that basic right. And now I'm just, you know, and that's why we rock with your music, man, because, you know what I'm saying, you put all these different messages, man. So you got a time frame for some new stuff to be released, bro?
well, the summer I'm releasing the Masihi.
Okay.
It's gonna be a mixtape because of my transition in my music from how I used to make music. You know what I mean? So I feel like I need to go and get them something. So I'm giving them the Masihi, which is just to give them, you know, to get their ears ready for I'm Rauba. So
Right.
yeah.
Most def, man. And you know, I know you also got the nonprofit going on. And you know, we do a segment on Action One called A1MCs. And with A1MCs, that's where we take the time to highlight you know, individuals that are making dope music, dope creators. But you know, we felt the need to go a step further, and that's why we have Spotlight Action, so that we can highlight those that are even going beyond the music and rolling and doing things within the community and doing great things. So, man, give the people a little bit of information on the movement you got going on.
All right. So once again, I thank you too for bringing me on board. The UN is a price of nonprofit. Basically stands for Underground Nation, and the UN is basically the thing is we don't own our music no more. We don't own our culture anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And our culture has been subdued through hip hop.
Right.
If you anyone from 50 on down right now has been influenced by hip hop in some form or another.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So through the UN, basically, is the goal is to reshift the power to the independent labels, independent artists, but also put out a positive message. You know what I mean? So, and the thing is through this is by basically creating a coalition in aspect, and basically, so if you have 1,000, you know, if you have 100 some shares, you automatically can get some close to 1 million something streams.
Most definitely.
So, and through this, what it is, the artist is donating their music, and so if you get 1 million some streams, you likely to generate anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 in revenue.
Right.
So, in aspects, so that's just 1 million. So imagine if you get just in the U.S. alone, these artists is on this same wave. So it would be nothing to raise money for our community. And after that, just like that, every month we able to shell out $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to rebuild our community. And so the UN is the first non-profit form of hip hop, in raising money for the community and stuff like that. So,
Man, how can people support it? Check it out.
man. So,
Oh, here we go.
shoot, man, you can just if you follow me on Facebook, Jay Know the Sun King, hit me up, DM me, talk to me personally. You know what I mean? So, man, we gonna get it right. So.
Most def, and you know, and that's what we should be doing. You know, we should be using our creative talents for the movement as well. Because, like you said, with hip hop being such a monumental global force that was born out of the struggle, you know what I'm saying, of our people, and for that art form to see so many other people feed their families and build empires on the backs of our stories.
Right.
You know, now it's time for us to, you know, be able to gain access to some of that capital and use it to build up our communities. And, you know what I'm saying, I just salute you for that, man. And like I said, however we can support it, how we can push it, man. Let us know as you progress, come through.
So yeah, most definitely, man. I definitely appreciate the support. another thing that I like to point out about hip hop is that hip hop is the new podium. You know what I mean? Like the days of Malcolm and Garvey and stuff standing like that. Hip hop is shifted to hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Through the music, through the 3 minutes and the 4 minutes.
Most
You know what I mean? People's attention span, they won't watch a 10-minute YouTube video for the most part. You know what I mean? Unless they have a hardcore following and they really, you know what I'm saying, like devoted to it. Like it's just they just into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for the everyday people, consumers going back and forth, I know I even do it. I look at a video.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 12 minutes, not today.
yeah. Watch later.
Yeah, you know. So, and sometimes I never even come back to it. There's been so many distractions and doing this and that and third. So I believe hip hop is the modern day podium that's gonna push our people. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole driving force behind it. If we're gonna paint the message, if we're gonna change the culture, is always the orator. The orators are always needed. You know what I mean? So, and that's always been part of our culture, even through Africa and stuff like that.
Peace to that, man. So, you know, you're known for, you know, your music. You're known for your philanthropic work. You're known for being a steward of your community and your people. You know, I know you guys got some other titles that you add on, man. And, you know, you was telling me as you've been traveling, you've been inspired to document your story. And so let the people know what you got going on with that, bro.
So I'm working on a documentary. It's called The Community and I. The community basically, as I'm traveling through city to city, basically looking at these different issues and different things that's in the community. So each issue, they having their own set of issues, but there's also these commonalities. So the whole point is to bridge these commonalities together, and at the same time to let people know that the community that we're here for them and stuff like that. So the community and I basically, if one, I'm letting them know about myself. I'm telling my story. That's the I part, telling my story, and then the community, and just bridging those together. You know what I'm saying? And basically trying to show people that how can I be there? How can we collectively come together and get these things done?
Most definitely, man. You got any interesting stories you come across so far, man? Or just, you know, places that you traveled to that you didn't expect to see what you saw?
Well, yeah. Well, I just recently came from Portland. And in Portland, I didn't realize it was that gentrified. I believe Portland is the most gentrified city out of all the cities in the U.S. Wow. As I was talking behind the scenes, is that every MLK, I know when I touch down, I always go to MLK. I know every MLK is going to be the hood.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So, not the case in Portland. This is the first MLK I went to, and it was basically totally just hipsters, you know what I mean, gentrified, and just, yeah, you can see the old buildings and the old paintings of, you know, that they were basically, that what it was, you know.
Right.
So I can end up connecting with a group called Portland Black. Shout out to Portland Black. And they're basically trying to salvage and piece everything from, they're scattered completely from the outskirts and stuff like that. And they're basically just, their whole thing is just basically trying to come back together, buy black, and do all these different things in the community and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that's, that's something you wouldn't expect, you know, just, you know, it was funny, man, your OG actually brought up a great point about the fact of that now in 2019, we have to stop being surprised by the, you know what I'm saying, the amount of energy that these people will put into trying to destroy our community, and not just necessarily destroy the community as some all spooky thing, but like they are slowly tearing apart the culture, you know what I'm saying, by moving a lot of our people out of these historically black communities, that the reason those communities existed in the first place was because back in Jim Crow days we couldn't live with them and everything else like that. And so, man, I think that this documentary is definitely necessary. You know, we definitely need people out there to tell our story like we need it, you know what I'm saying, unfiltered, you know, no agenda. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't have no corporation, you know what I'm saying, backing you, telling you to say X, Y, and Z. So I know you're still working on it, but, you know, is there like a season or, you know what I'm saying, a time frame that you might expect for it to drop?
Honestly, right now, it's like I'm just traveling. I haven't really put a release date yet to it.
What's up?
In 4 or 5 days, I'm getting ready to go to LA. Yeah. So, and I feel like I've been wanting to get there for a while. So it's happening, and I'm going out there. Then, so I'm just really just kind of taking it, you know, as it feels. I got deadlines as far as the shooting and stuff like that, and the editing and all that stuff like that. But then once they get done, then for as the marketing and all that stuff like that, it's gonna be a later date. So, but I just want to be organic with it. You know what I mean? As I'm traveling, just to be fluent with it. So like I said, I got a couple of these other projects, so it's probably, I'm projecting about a year from now.
Okay.
So
okay.
if I would put a projection, I'd say about a year from now.
Man,
So
keep working on it, man. Keep at it, man. Keep at it, man. We appreciate you, bro. Like, man, you got anything else going on, man? You want to let the people know about, man? Like I said, you got your hand in everything, man.
Got a couple events coming up in the woodworks. Not really ready to just put the word out there yet, though. Because there's a lot of vultures out there that So, but yeah, I got some different events, definitely locally in the city, that I'm getting ready to do. So.
Yeah, most def. And so, man, I'm pretty sure, man, y'all could, y'all checking us out, man. We gonna have that On God, you know what I'm saying, playing on the side. Man, your music, bro. Like, man, like there really isn't it's not that the people don't want it. But there isn't just a lot of advertising money. Like, you ain't gonna just, hit it big like that. So what continues to give you that focus and that grind in order to continuously make music and things like that with messages and with the community, even knowing that's not the mainstream thing that's gonna get you the million streams and everything like that?
I've put out music in the past that wasn't in that form, you know what I mean? And I've had #1 hits locally, regionally, from all the way from Beaumont to Louisiana. I've been on Street Flavor, been on several magazines and newspaper articles and all that stuff like that. But the key point is that I got to a point, I told myself, if I can't make 100% genuine music, then I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? And I feel like
respect.
For everything that I'm doing and going through, there's somebody else that's doing and going through the same thing. So whether if it's a couple 100,000 or 500,000, that's good for me. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about the millions. If it get to the millions, cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in a sense though, I still feel like even it'll still get to the millions. You know what I mean? Because when you're being genuine, they gonna feel it. People gonna feel it. So, and you stay one way and stop shifting, and so that's what the majors do. Whatever hot, they make you want to go with the trends. And so I'm not about being trendy, so at all. So.
Right, most def. Well, man, and also, man, as we get ready to wrap up, man, I gotta give you another thank you, man, because, man, you introduced me to a dope brother, man. Shout out to the brother Soul Fire.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
Most
brother
definitely.
Soul Fire always doing this thing, man. And we met. You know what I'm saying, at the Indie Face, and now ever since then, man, you know what I'm saying, we've been real tight, man, and I respect his grind, and I respect him, you know what I'm saying, putting on for the culture, man.
Most definitely.
And like I said, every time I get around J-No, man, I'm meeting different people, man. You just that conduit, you know what I'm saying, for righteousness within the community, bro.
Appreciate
and I
it.
want you to, you know what I'm saying, just stick with it, man, and, just make sure, you know what I'm saying, anybody out there, man, you know what I'm saying, make sure that we look out for the brother, you know what I'm saying, those that's doing right. You know what I'm saying? Might have to call up Brother Moon, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure we get this personal security right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anubis, man. But yeah, man, can you give the people, you know what I'm saying, all your social media handles, websites, how they can follow you, how they can support you, and how they can, you know what I'm saying, get down with the Sun God movement?
Most definitely. For all my Sun people, you know what I mean? Just Sun people, just anybody that's on the righteous path, you know what I mean? So you can definitely follow me on Instagram, J-No the Sun King, J-No_D_Sun King. Same thing with Facebook, so I try to keep it all uniform. If you want to go to the marketplace, it's www.thecommunity.today.
Man, most def. Hey, bro, I appreciate you coming through, man. Like I said, anything you got going on, man, don't and you in town, but but just to let you know though, hey, we stepping our game up so we can get you while you're on the road too, man. You know what I'm saying? Get you in on that, get you in. So man, if you travel, man, we definitely got to get you to call in, man. Whether it's call in, whether it's video,
you know
what I'm saying. We definitely gonna pull you on, bro. All right, man.
Already, man.
You're a real one, bro. You're a real one, man. Hey, man, it's your brother Atum Ra. Action One, we are A1.com, man. Hey, go subscribe, support the real ones, and we out of here, man. Peace.
Check.
It's time to feel.
when Marcus Garvey started. Mic check. Put your mouth where the money is. 1, 2, yeah.
And you ain't gotta do nothing but, and you ain't gotta do nothing but say it. Let's go.
1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. I'ma hustle till I die in the streets, on God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat, on God. RBG gon' ride, on God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. Play baseball, so I can't let it slide. If you on the wrong side, you might catch it in your side. Make you feel like Adam when your whole reel gone. In case you didn't know, it's right over on the ground. Plenty of the ace when I go, don't get calm. If I have to, I hit you with the barrel. Like a senseless little Daryl. My bunch ain't Brady, no Carol. Fresh than a Sun Mincy apparel. Giving them the blues in my SM shoes. When you buy black, you can never ever lose. Make sure the hood straight, that's the #1 rule. I'ma hustle till I die in the streets, on God.